Hello there. How's the audio? Cheap Astro? Just missed you, I guess. Thanks for dropping by. Hello, Misfits 15. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Is my audio okay? Just want to make sure. Had some little issues. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. I'll explain it later, but right now, actually, so I'm sitting outside again, and the light that's lighting me, like if I turn off the display all the way, what you see, like the glint on my glasses, that's the moon. The first quarter moon is lighting me up. Yeah. Hello, Quanomaka. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I think my audio is okay. Let me know if it isn't, and we will get to the rest of things. Cool evening. Welcome, Jeff. Thanks for joining. Hopefully my audio is okay, because I rely on people telling me that the audio is bad. It's really amazing how bright the moon is. Like, yeah, it's really surprisingly bright. Oh, qubits. Right. Okay. Well, hello, qubits. Well, I know how that goes sometimes. Anyway, let me switch to the scope. I've because it was Halloween, I wasn't sure how busy I would be with handing out candy, but it turns out that a lot of the people in the neighborhood are young, and so they came right just before sunset. Like, I'm talking like preschoolers, and so yeah, they came by early, and so everything got pretty quiet pretty quickly, which is fine. So let me switch, since I'm on my laptop again. It's a little awkward here. Right. Move that. Let me get my screen going. Since it's on my laptop, a lot of times it loses. It loses the connection to. Okay. All right. Let me. Oh, sorry. Give me a sec here. I don't stream from. Well, maybe I'll start streaming more regularly from this computer, but everything's like not set up right. So give me a sec, and then we will join our regularly scheduled observing. Okay. Window and connect to. Yep. Great. Cool. And should be able to bring it in now. Great. All right. So I have the S30 running here locally, pointing at the moon. The S50 I might the S50 at Starfront, they are going to be polar aligning it, so not sure if I'll be using that tonight. But I also... Oh, hello, Stephen. Welcome. Sun on Discord, but only one small spot. Oh, that's too bad. I'll bring it up in a moment here. Let me see. Because I always like seeing the let's see, streaming out. Okay, let's see, will this work? Nope. In a second, and then we'll be done with the setup, at least hopefully. So I also have the Newtonian out, and I have something new and different. Same filters, same Newtonian. No coma corrector, no flattener, or coma corrector or reducer. Let's see, is this right? Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, bring that in so we can see the of course, just as I get it up on the screen, the sun is out of hold on a second, sorry. There we go. So the sun is out of the frame. Anyway, I guess because of clouds going over the sun. So I got something new in the mail that I had been talking about for a while. When do you think we should turn on the dew heaters? I mean, I guess I would look at the dew point. Like there, see if the temperature is too close to the dew point. That's usually when I turn on the dew heater. Here, at least. But only when it's like colder, not when it's warmer. Evening turf, welcome. Yeah, cloud cover. Cool. Now that's interesting. All right, so I had been talking about for a while getting a new camera, and I did, and it just showed up, and this is the first real imaging I've done of it. So this is the ASCAR scope sitting on the Newtonian, and it's actually now using the Player One camera. But this has been going for just over an hour, so I'm going to switch targets here. But this is the Cave Nebula, and I got the ZWO ASI 2600 MC, which I didn't think I was going to be getting so soon, but I'd been wanting to have a second cooled camera, and yeah, so so this is with it, so I'm gonna stop this shortly. Yeah, so, well, and I think it also may have been, it didn't help that several people on Discord now have 2600 cameras, and I was like, and then I started looking at the field of view with the Newtonian to see, what kind of targets. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Turf. Thanks, Jeff. I mean, because like, this is a very nice wide field. With the Player One camera, I would have only gotten kind of this central area. So this is with the SV220, filter on it, not the 7 nanometer one, not the 3 nanometer. I do hope to get one of those eventually, but I need to get a reducer coma corrector first. That's next on the agenda. So I'm going to stop this, but actually, before I stop that, I haven't really zoomed in on this, because one of the nice things, so the Player One camera, so this has a bigger pixel size. The Player One camera has, that I was using, 585 sensor. It's about 8 megapixels. This is 24 megapixels. And I ran through the SharpCap sensor calibration routine earlier while the sun was up, and it said that, and so I did that, and then when I pointed it at this target, I went ahead and said, okay, tell me what the ideal exposure was, and it actually came up with a 3-minute exposure, which I have never I've never had SharpCap suggest that long of an exposure before. But let me zoom in here a bit more. I need to, yeah. So I am curious to see how this cleans up in the various tools, because like if I go in 100%, like there's potentially a lot of detail in here. And like I say, this was a full 70 minutes. So let's move on. So this was like only the first real target. Is this, what did I exit that? That's annoying. I had started up Stellarium before the stream on this computer, but for some reason it ended up exiting. Okay, so I'm gonna go, nope. I will go, need to connect the telescope so I can control it, because I could enter coordinates in SharpCap or look up things in SharpCap, but I'm wanting to go to a specific point that isn't necessarily in the catalog for SharpCap. So let's see, I'm gonna go towards the bubble nebula here. And as you can see, we're right nearby at the Cave Nebula. So I was, you know what, it must have crashed because it didn't remember. I had made some changes. I turned on some of these other catalogs. Oh no, I was, sorry, I'm like looking at the wrong place. Okay, I was thinking of going to this point here. So let's see if this works. Ah, cool. All right. So now I'll be in 554. Is that what it was? 544. Not that it matters, but just so after the fact. And I am going to do a quick check on the ideal this is where it shows the ideal exposure length in SharpCap. So I'm going to ignore the corners, and I don't want to do more than 3 minutes. Actually, it gave me 3 minutes last time. Let me try actually doing 5 minutes. I'll try measuring that. I'll switch back to the moon here. Let me check the chat. Sorry. Oh, hello, Autopilot. Welcome. Good evening. Hey, hello, Aiden. Welcome. Greetings. Thanks for joining. And Star Traveler. I'm not sure if you heard. I did a thing. I went ahead and got the ASI 2600 MC, and this is technically the first real light of it. Yesterday I was kind of okay. So it is showing about the same same exposure length. So I will try that, and then oops, and then let's start stacking. Hopefully this will oh, PhD 2. Before I was pointing at an area with brighter stars, so I was able to get away with half-second exposures on the guide scope. But I find, I mean, I'm not sure if it's the case or not. It seems like when I have shorter exposures, it's able to correct more quickly. And so things tend to stay fairly tight. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it seems that way. So I try to keep it as short as I can, the exposure on the guide scope, but partly because I didn't really polar align it well. I just kind of put it out with the same alignment, I mean, with the same kind of orientations. Hopefully it's correct. Okay. Let's bring this up. Pin this, reset, and wait. And I will be moving the S30 to another target here besides the moon. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, and that was the thing too. Like the APS-C. Yeah. It like I say, it kind of it wasn't quite FOMO, but I guess it started making me look at if I could like what the field of view would look like. And I guess it was, and I also looked to see, you know, when I eventually get the reducer, what the field of view would look like. And I'm like, yeah, I should. And then I also looked at what it would be like with my refractor, and that would be amazing. And I'm looking forward to trying that out. Yeah, that's what I have on right now. Yeah, I'm it's the main camera on the Newtonian right now. Sometimes still use it. Yeah, yeah, and I hadn't really taken into account the bigger pixels, because it's a APS-C, so it's not quite full frame, but it's, and I'm not even sure. I mean, full frame is just like that much more expensive, and I wasn't even sure if I could really even use full frame effectively because, well, I think without a corrector, coma corrector, it would work, but with a coma corrector, a lot of them only, they say it's better just with APS-C. So yeah, I didn't I mean, I've thought about astro modifying my full frame mirrorless camera Canon that I actually, this one that I'm using right here, because you can see it's pretty good at low light. I mean, like my monitor is completely off, so what you're mostly seeing is the moon lighting me. So it is pretty good low light. And so I was thinking, astro modifying this, it's not a cooled sensor, but it would give me an option if I want to do full frame. So we'll see. It's a thought. It's a thought. Yeah. Well, and I think Cheap Astro modified his camera, and yeah, the results look really good. And all the other people I've seen who've modified it, the results look great. Yeah, no, that was the cave. So one thing I noticed, I think because the pixels, there's so many pixels there, you don't notice the coma as much. But yeah, honestly, it didn't look too bad. Do you think we'll get a new Seestar? Probably not. Although it would be interesting because of the turmoil with imports here. I wonder if you'll get it before we do. But yeah, I mean, they were saying New Year, so maybe right after Christmas, but we'll see. It's kind of disappointing that the only disadvantage of these long exposures is I end up having to wait a while for a frame. There we go. We got the first frame. So let us see. It looks like stretched. Oh wow. I mean, that was kind of that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. That's just a single 3-minute exposure. And I do wonder how much cleaner it would be if I got the not if, but when I eventually get the 3 nanometer. I mean, maybe it's the 3-minute exposure, but given that the moon is literally, I mean, the scope is like at a right angle to the moon, but I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah, maybe Chinese New Year. Yeah. Yes, so that's with the 7 nanometer. 7 nanometer. Yeah, I mean, I am doing guiding, and the guiding was pretty good earlier. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. 0.56. I don't know why it's so good today, but I'll take it. I mean, wow. Let me make this wider. Yeah, it already got the bubble. I mean, it's probably noisier than a lot of people would have. I mean, because of the moon and the light pollution, but that's, yeah, you can see coma here at the edge, but still not too bad. And then this is, I framed it intentionally to try to get some of the lobster nebula. So I couldn't quite see with the reducer, I'll be able to get all of the lobster and the bubble nebula one shot. I know I sound like I feel like I sound like a broken record, but I'm very happy with that so far. Nice. Yeah, I was actually thinking I need to get another filter drawer, or no, just get the drawer part of it, because you can get like a 3-pack from SV, which is what I have. If I get the, yeah, which one would I choose? Yeah, Star Traveler. I'd been leaning really heavily towards the Starzona Nexus, which is a point. What is it? It's a 25% reducer plus coma corrector, and it seems pretty well reviewed as far as like good quality. Yeah, 0.75. Yeah, the only problem is it's like $400, which I say that, and then I ended up buying this camera. But it was like a deal where I could get it for I rationalized it because it was like and I had been asking on like the gear forum on Discord, you know, if I could get it for 12 months, no interest, should I do it? And of course everybody's like, yeah. And so, but it wasn't in stock because it's the 2025 one, and the place didn't have it in stock. But so it'd been like a few weeks. Whenever I asked the question, it was like that day I put the order in, but it just showed up like a couple days ago. Yeah, 0.75. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, this is 2 frames. Like I say, I do wonder how this would look with that with one of those 3-nanometer filters. I do wonder if it would reduce some of this gradient here. Then again, the gradient will go away with processing, but still. And I like this little bright nebula in the lobster. Which one is that? Let's see. Lobster claw. That is I don't know. At least when I looked it up in Stellarium, it doesn't have like a separate object number for that specific nebula, this part here. But this is like part of the claw, but then the other part is off out of the frame. I guess if I had gotten the framing a little bit better, I could have probably gotten almost all of the claw. But the reducer, I definitely would be able to get all of it. And I have, since I had such long exposures here, 3 minutes, I have the dither set to every 3 frames, so every 9 minutes it dithers. Yeah. I'm really pleasantly surprised. Not surprised, pleasantly pleased. Now, one thing I did do here is I don't have the cooler. I don't have the temperature set to -10°C. I have it to 0 degrees Celsius. Mostly because I definitely can tell it's a bigger sensor because the cooler runs a lot harder to get down to the temperature, whereas the 585, I can drop it. It drops much quicker. And so I 0 Celsius is good enough. So since it was, and especially, you know, when it on warmer nights, like right now, it's I'm actually wearing a a light hoodie right now because it's 60 degrees outside. Before I forget, let me look at the moon here. And see, here's the secondary. Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in. So there's the secondary on the S30. So I need to figure out what target I should do next on the S30. Would be a good one. So my Seestar needed to be power cycled at Starfront, and I asked them while they were at it to put it on a new plate that was sitting in my kind of box there, and I asked them to repolar align it, and it took over a week for them to power cycle it. I guess they were short-staffed. It had been clear, so anyway, they power cycled it, and then they they replaced the plate, but they hadn't polar aligned it, and I guess they kind of roughly aligned it, but it was during the day. And so last night I had to, I don't remember, maybe I went to bed early, but I did manage to run the startup routine on the Seestar at Starfront, and it was like 3 or 4 degrees out of alignment. So supposedly they're aligning it tonight, so we'll see. Yeah, the moon is back up already. I mean, that's what I was saying, like this light on me here. I mean, granted, this is a sensitive camera, but the light you see here is from the moon. Like this shadow on my hand, that's the moon up there. Like, that's like crazy. It's also crazy that this camera makes it look like I've got a light on me when it's just the moon. I mean, artificial light. Looks like I have an artificial light, but it's just the moon. Like, it's quite a shadow. I mean, and it's just first quarter. This I have a feeling it'll be very impressive with the full moon. So I'm going to switch back to this while I figure out what to image with the S30. So this is 12 minutes. Let me see. Darken a little bit. Oh, there. Does that look? It's sometimes when I mess around with the histograms, it'll look better and better, and then suddenly it'll look like totally overprocessed, totally overbaked, overcooked. Maybe that's too much, but so sometimes I'll just do this to see what it. Yeah. Yes, that's not too bad. Maybe brighten it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm very impressed. I do wonder how much of it is the bigger pixels. Yeah, that looks. All right, so what would be a good target for the S30? And I'm probably going to have to switch targets here in about within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because the Lobster Nebula is getting pretty close to the meridian. I've got a good 15 minutes, so I'll leave it at that. But let's see. Maybe I could just do. Maybe. I mean, I could do something like Andromeda. Yeah, let me do Andromeda and see how bad the gradient is. Um, okay, let's go to Andromeda. To the galaxy, that is. All right. The other thing, when I was trying to get the this new camera worked out, I had the telescope mount, the focuser. Well, no, that's not running off power. But I had the mount and the uh, Player One camera hooked up, and I had the cooler on the Player One last night, when I was just trying to work out the focus and some other things. But I ended up running into power issues. The Even though theoretically my power supply is 10 amps, this is an issue I think Quake ran into, where it might not be a full 10 amps because the camera would just like not appear and it dropped offline. So I ended up running a separate 5 amp power, 12-volt power supply just to the camera. And then I have this long cable, USB cable, that I tried using. It doesn't work reliably, so I have to use I'm using the cable that came with the camera, but it's not super long. It's not as long as the other cable, so it's probably for the best that I'm sitting outside, because I'm not sure how much slack I have with the camera. It's the S30's pointing at Andromeda, but I just started imaging and it's having to do the dark frame calibration. So we'll look at that in a minute. Maybe triangulum. Yeah, well, the problem is right now, at least with the Newtonian, I could do triangulum with the S30. Maybe I'll do that next. Problem is I have the 220 filter, and that doesn't work as well. I mean, it shows the H2 regions, but the hydrogen regions. But yeah, we'll see. But that's a good suggestion. It's almost there. I'm using my phone to change targets, but I'm using ESC for actually monitoring the connection, so it's doing autofocus right now. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna image on this target, but maybe I'll just let it go for a while, try to get more of this nebulosity, and actually some over here. And this makes me really want to take this out to a dark sky, because I can't even imagine what it would be like under dark skies. Yeah, that's good to know. I haven't run mine through a meter yet, but I got a 10 amp from Amazon as well, and yeah, given that with the mount and two cooled cameras, it wasn't able to handle it. I mean, maybe it's providing it, but maybe the voltage is sagging or something. I don't know. But it was causing this camera. It was so bad yesterday when I was trying to, just see if I could get an image off of it of like the sky. I was concerned that I was going to have to send it back, which is part of the reason why I didn't mention like, hey, I got a camera, because I was trying it and it wasn't working. And then I realized it was just, it needs a lot of power. I mean, it needs power, cleaner power than I guess I was giving it. So yeah, so that was interesting. It was a little upset for a bit there because it didn't seem to be working. But now it's working great. Let me see if this is. There we go. Oh, need to zoom out. There we go. There's Andromeda. Not too bad. The skies are actually even. Maybe this is also part of the thing. Part of it, the transparency and seeing are above average right now. Here, at least I think they are. They were when it looked like they were going to be that way when I looked earlier. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, it originally looked like tomorrow would be good, but we're going to be getting some rain through here possibly tomorrow. So maybe I'll image from Starfront, but we'll see. Yeah, it's saying actually seeing is average, but transparency is above average right now. So maybe that's helping. And it looks like Monday, transparency and seeing will be above average here. That's looking nice. Very breezy. Yeah, it was that way here 2 or 3 days ago. We were having gusts past 30 miles per hour. So it was, I think it was okay. Well, the seeing was terrible. I take it back. It was really bad. Oh. Oh, I see. I forgot I have the moon down below. I mean, the sun down below from Stephen. I just suddenly saw the cloud moving across the sun. That's cool. Wow. Oh. So besides that, have you guys gotten any rain? Full moon November 5th. Yeah. Yeah, so of course the seeing and transparency are going to be above average here just as we're going into the full moon. It's like, great. It's pretty good. It must be the transparency being better than average here. Like, even in spite of the moon being up, it's not too shabby. The moon's like shining on the Seestar right now. It's pointing a different direction, but it is shining on it. Let me. I will be interested to see how this cleans up. Sometimes I like kind of pushing up the brightness just to see how much is in the image. Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's good. Not a overwhelming amount of rain. That's good. Day of continuous rain. It was a few. Well, I wonder if you're having some effect from Melissa up there. Like with the front here, we had that came through a few days back. We had some pretty heavy, quite a bit of rain from it, but that was just from the front. Will we finally get a nude stack? Yeah, I know. I keep saying, but I have a different approach that I'm going to try. Like, so one thing I've been really bad about, or I had been bad about, is I had this process of pulling, and it was fine when I had the Seestars. When I had them all locally, I would copy images off the Seestar, like I'd plug it into my laptop, copy it onto an SSD, and then I'd push it onto my NAS, network attached storage. Well, the problem is I wouldn't always do it, or if I was, and then at Starfront, it would get late. And I had written some scripts to pull down images and not go through my laptop, but I hadn't gotten them set up. But a couple of weeks ago, I got it set up where every night a script runs that pulls images directly off the Seestar Starfront, directly off this S30, and also from the mini PC that's capturing the that's running SharpCap, and it runs it every night. And the only thing is, I haven't checked to see if it's actually running correctly, so I need to do that. And I was going to do that this weekend, and then as part of that, I wanted to create kind of I had a script running on my laptop that I would run on demand, where once, like, the golden copy of all the images would be on the NAS. So I could clear off the telescope, clear off my local SSD, everything would be on the NAS, and that got backed up to the cloud. So I had two copies. But then I also had a script that, say I wanted to process something locally of, like I'd been imaging the Orion Nebula, I could run the script that would then grab all the images across multiple days, since I usually can only image short periods of time because of my horizon here. And even once I got to Starfront, I would image over multiple days. So it would grab the data from one scope across multiple days, pull it down onto the SSD, so then I could stack it locally. Because I didn't want to stack directly on the NAS because it's spinning drives and it would be incredibly slow. So the next thing I want to do is do something slightly different for that, different from the script I'd been running, but achieving a similar thing where after I image, it would pull the images off the NAS onto the, not onto my laptop, but this mini PC I have that's kind of beefy. I keep accumulating mini PCs, but I have another one that might be coming in the next few weeks too. Can't help. But anyway, so that would basically automatically pull down images and maybe even stack them. That's kind of my hope, since I can't be relied on to do it manually. So my thought is I'll just do it automatically and maybe then dump them on the Google Drive automatically. So We'll see. But I've got so many images now from the Newtonian. Ah, okay. Well, thanks for sharing the sun. Do appreciate that. What am I looking for? Oh. Okay. While I was talking about that, I thought I had gone too long and the lobster claw was about to hit the meridian, but it's got like just under 10 minutes. So I think I need to figure out a new target. Yeah, you're a one-man team. Yeah. I mean, the problem is a lot of times I've just been so busy lately. Like I have all these things I want to do. I mean, besides finishing ESC, like that's a big one that has been kind of on hiatus because I've been busy with work lately. All right. Let me see. What would be another good target? Oops. How much time do I have on this? 30 minutes? Okay. I have the screen brightness down, so it's kind of hard to tell. All right. I am kind of looking forward to some of the winter targets like Orion and stuff with this. I do hope to get the reducer coma corrector before, not before, but in time to be able to image Orion with it. Oh, what is this one? Actually, maybe I'll do Pac-Man Nebula. Because when I did it with the 585 sensor, it barely would fit in the frame of view. Or it wouldn't fully fit. It kind of was a little bigger than the field of view. So let's try that next with the Newt. Yeah, so I think with the reducer, it'll be even more awesome being able to get the full lobster claw and the bubble in one shot. All right, so we're at 33 minutes. I'll stop this. And auto and go to NGC 028. Sorry, I just saw a raccoon running along the fence. Oh, man. I was like, what is that? Is that a cat? No, it's a raccoon. City raccoons. Street. Not street. Urban raccoons. Yeah, it was scurrying along. Let's see what the guiding is here. Give me a sec. Guiding's not too bad. I don't know what just happened there. Let me go start. And then we'll switch back to the S30 imaging. Andromeda. I wonder how long I should let that go. Seems like it's still... Actually, I am impressed how little gradient there is in this, considering there's no filtering. It wants to look into the new... Yeah, I don't know. I should get a camera, not this camera, but another one of my cameras that's also pretty well, like a surveillance, not a surveillance camera, but anyway, some cheap thing I got, but it does well in low light, and I should point that at the fence to try to capture. Yeah, North American. The only problem is I think it's behind a building, and I think I looked at it, and it really kind of stinks, but let's see. If I go back, so it's dark around 7:30 here. I should try to do that next time, because it's right at the meridian, and I might get up to an hour on it. So it would be worth a shot. I need to do that first thing next time. Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And hello, Cosmic Ray. Welcome. Yeah, it's I need to do some soul searching about all the images I've acquired, because I'm at the point where I've just about filled up my NAS, and there's other stuff on there, but like photos, family photos, videos from vacations and stuff. But I have to really think about what I'm doing with all those images. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So yeah, what Aiden said. Yeah, I'm behind on the. Let me look. So let's go back over here. Oh, darn it! I moved targets and I didn't even start stacking it yet. My question is, will it actually capture this frame, or will it have to be the next frame? And good. It was this frame. There we go. Wow. It's just one frame. Granted, 3-minute frame, but still. Yeah, so the moon will probably be going. Yeah, looks like it's just gonna go right above this one roof, and then it'll go behind a building. So once that happens, won't be lit up as much. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I should try that. Denoise and process. Cool. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I need to think about what I'm doing with all this off the bottom right side. Yeah, I mean, well, once the second frame shows up, I'm gonna mess around with the histogram a little bit. Showing off now. Yeah, wow. I mean, it's weird to have exposures this long for me. I mean, I know it's normal for other people, but a lot of times when I have sharp cap tell me, what's the recommended exposure, and it says like 5 seconds. Problem is it was moving, but the raccoon came back. And when I said, oh, it stopped and it looked at me. It's like, oops. That was funny. Yeah, that would be fun. It just swapped it. Disoriented. Yeah, raccoon alert. Paintball. Nice. Yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing, like the guiding tonight has been pretty good. Um, Let me see. Or not terrible. Like sometimes my guiding is closer to 1 arc second, but okay, let me redo this. Yeah. That's very good for 6 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that was the thing tonight is above average seeing and or transparency, which that's the thing I like about this time of year. When we get fronts through, it'll be turbulent like the first day, but then once the winds calm down, it kind of sweeps out all the junk in the air around here, and we actually end up with decent seeing and transparency. Yeah, it looks pretty. Yeah, versus insanity. Well, I think that ship has sailed. Um, it's about to do. Yeah, I'm just not used to like doing something else, coming back, and it still hasn't gone to the next frame. One thing I hope once they align my Seestar at Starfront, I want to try to finally do longer exposures, like 20 second exposures, especially because like there it's similar to here as far as once the front comes through, the seeing, because I think I saw an Astrospheric, they were saying exceptional seeing or transparency in the next few days there. So let me go back to, and this is looking nice. Again, I think it just must be the sky being clear, because then there's not as much it isn't as bad from light pollution, not as much scattering, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of, I guess things are all the what do you call it, everything's lined up tonight. Yeah, that's true. It might be because since I got a later start, I mean the sun set here 3 hours ago, over 3 hours ago, so that might be. Me. I am looking forward to getting the Seestar, the S50 working again at Starfront. Especially with some clearer skies there. Because I had some really great sessions in the spring when it was kind of similar story where they good transparency, good seeing. So we'll see. The star. That's the. Why didn't I? Like that's the most obvious idiom, and why did I draw a blank on that idiom? Oh my gosh! Yes, the stars are aligning. Saw something weird. Let me look. See, now I'm paranoid that the raccoon's going to sneak up on me or something. Let me see. Oh, that's weird. Let me see. Give me a sec here. Raccoon City. Yep. Hello. Hello. Inager. Sorry. Welcome. Thanks for joining. So this, what I've got here is this is on a Seestar and it's not sharp cap, but this is on this is sharp cap with Newtonian 8-inch Newtonian. Let me see. Give me a sec here. Yes, back. Let's see. Live stream. And actually, let me get that off screen. It's carrying a loot back. Nice. As far as I know, no. But I didn't stand very long in one place. Okay. So why would these trails be like that? This is not my image. This is Kubitz's. Ah, okay. Okay. So yeah, look at the subframes. It looks, it's like, whoa. That looks pretty nice. What's the SV 21857? Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun when you end up with something where it's like, what is going on here? I'm trying to figure out. Actually, so the moon is just kind of skimming a building, so you can see there should be a shadow. Like the shadow is the moon. Let's turn that down. Anyway, basically it's about to go behind a building. I do wonder how this camera is going to pick it up when it's the full moon, if it's already showing up like this. Can I show my mount cam? I don't have a mount cam up right now because I'm sitting outside next to the thing. What I need to do, I need to take tomorrow during the day. I need to take a photo of this setup here because I have the ASCAR. I have the ASCAR with the player one camera, and I have the new camera, and then I have the guide scope with a different camera. The dogs are out using the restroom. Good thing they didn't see the raccoon. They'd be going crazy. But yeah, the dogs just came out to use the restroom, and luckily they didn't. They weren't here a few minutes ago because one of them would have gone nuts at the raccoon. But yeah, I need to take a photo of this because it's quite the. It's looking a little. It's looking a little. Oh, shit. I hope it doesn't go in my yard. Hey. Looked like it was going to jump down into my backyard. I don't need a raccoon back here. Uh-oh. Sorry, I'm just Hoping it doesn't end up in my backyard. Or I might have to go inside. Yeah, raccoon stare down. Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, I'm just looking for raccoon. Anyway, that was interesting. I mean, need to rethink being out here. Sitting inside. Yeah. Well, I mean, I am doing it. I'm just sitting outside because the weather's nice. Except it's also nice for raccoons, apparently. Gosh. All right. Sorry, I'm up to. It's about to be 7 frames here. Okay. Let's get a little brighter. Yeah. Some nice extended nebulosity here. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. It's out here more often than I am. And I know it tends to I tend to see it around, especially garbage days, like or when the trash is picked up. So Tuesday and Fridays. Oh man, I hope it's not. I hope it's not getting Halloween candy. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's out trick or treating, getting people's candy. Oh my gosh. Because sometimes people will leave the candy out in like a tub or whatever, not a tub, like a cauldron, plastic cauldron in front of their house. Um, if they're not home or whatever. And I was just thinking, it's probably eating. It's probably going for the Halloween candy. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting that it. Yeah, there's no telling sometimes the. That's very interesting that it did that. Yeah, it's. I mean, I guess I'm especially delighted because my conditions are so challenging here, and the moon's up. Yeah, you can kind of tell I'm not quite as lit up right now from the moon because it's now like the top of my head is lit by the moon. You can see it's it's amazing how bright that is. All right. Actually, let me look a little closer. I do, I like these, is it bot globules? There's like those, I mean, not just with this target, just in general. I'm like paranoid now about the raccoon. And the problem is I can't just go inside without ending the stream because I was having Wi-Fi issues remoting. I was remoting into the mini PC that's viewing or that's doing the stacking, and it was my laptop was connecting over Wi-Fi, and it was to the network, and it was kind of glitchy. So I ended up hardwiring it into the computer, and I turned off my Wi-Fi completely, so it's streaming out over the hardwired connection too. So if I had to go inside, the stream would suddenly end. So if the stream suddenly ends, it might. If I say something about a raccoon and the stream suddenly ends, it's because I had to run inside. Fleeing raccoons. I mean, honestly, I'm not worried about a raccoon per se. It's always, my concern is always rabies. Is rabid animals, so whether that's a rational concern or not, I know they do get rabies, so otherwise the animal wouldn't bother me that much. Yeah. Yeah, so the moon is still shining on the Newtonian, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be hurting though, because it's pointing at like 90 degrees away from the moon. Let me see. I could probably image this quite a bit longer, but I'm not sure if I will, but I'm trying to figure out what targets I would want to image next. Let me look at, let's go check this out. This is doing well. Not only one drop frame. Problem is I also have a fan going to try to keep away insects, mosquitoes, and there's a plant next to me that out of the corner of my eye I'll see movement, and so when I suddenly go like that, I think, oh, it's the plant. Okay. Yeah, the problem is they're behind a building. I think next time it's clear here, I'll do that first thing, because if I start about an hour after sunset, it's just past the meridian, and it looks like I might have about 45 minutes to image it, which should be enough to at least get an idea. So unfortunately, not right now, but next time, that will be my first target, because I have such a narrow window. The local astronomy club, they have an annual picnic in November, and well, that's later in November, but I'm thinking of going there. Sorry, I'm thinking of going there, and I'll definitely bring the Newtonian along because I'm really, yeah, they're definitely crowd pleasers. I want to see what it's like in a really dark sky. So, but that said, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. So what will be another good next target? Um, is that actually high enough? Maybe I'll switch the S30 to the triangulum. Let me see what else. If there's anything worth. And the other thing I was thinking that I hadn't, I keep forgetting about that. One of the reasons why I wanted a second cooled camera. I mean, I have it on the Ascar 135 right now. Is I have another mount. I mean, it's a Skywatcher GTI, and I have that refractor. I could actually run two, like a Newtonian and a 75mm refractor if I wanted to. Hot pepper is a good raccoon deterrent. Interesting. Yeah, the problem is we have 3 dogs, so that would be kind of a no-go, unfortunately. Yeah, the 2600, I'm pretty happy with that. Live stream. Oh, nice. Uh, let me, I need to have a better way of doing this. How do I do this without? I'm so paranoid about the raccoon now. Maybe next time I will be doing this inside because it's not. No. Sorry, I'm going in loops here. That's nice. Jeff did a stretch. Very nice. Yeah, I need to see. It's making me. I need to get my images out there. um, so I think I'm gonna move on to triangulum for this. I'm pretty happy with this, really. Again, it must just be because the transparency is above average, if not excellent, which is rare for me. because of all the haze and pollution and stuff. It's usually pretty bad. So that looks nice. Sorry, I am. Nice. Cool. All right. So we will go to M33 on the S30. Okay, so that's moving targets. Got to be applying to an A pod. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I would definitely want to get a coma corrector though to get. But see, the nice thing about not having the coma corrector is I have imperfect stars. Because I have a feeling if I get a coma corrector, then I'm going to be, I'll notice tilt or something, and then that'll lead down a whole nother rabbit hole. Like, I fix coma, but then I have another problem I need to fix, or will want to fix. Let's see. Okay. I don't actually, again, because I'm sitting outside, I don't have my all-sky camera running. This might take a little bit of time, but it's on its way. Oops. So I'm going to change the stretch to 15 because it might be making the background noise more. All right, so back to this. And okay. Okay. Well, that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's back focus becomes more important than for the anytime there's an optical element like that added, whether a coma corrector or reducer, at least that's, again, I see this plan, I think it's some, anyway, but yeah, that's my understanding, is anytime you add, because otherwise, like, there isn't back focus, there's just focus. But when you add another optical element, you, yeah, you might be right. I think you're right. But it becomes more important to get it correctly focused. Let's see. Yeah, because it's the last time I sat outside, I had shorts and t-shirt on. Today, I actually have to have sweatpants and a light hoodie and socks on because it's well, I have the fan on me for the any residual mosquitoes, but yeah, it's feels like 56 right now. Um, if I didn't have a fan blowing on me, since I do. Just looking at the forecast there. Oh, hello, Hot Cheeto. You've never seen this room before. Yeah, you missed. I think I had one previous live stream like this. I'm actually sitting outside. This is the side. This is an outside wall of the house. I'm kind of in this little corner of like the side of the house kind of goes like that, and so I'm kind of in the corner. Yeah, so I'm like the telescope's like right near me, um, and I don't have any specific lights pointing at me. A lot of it's just some of it's the brightness of the monitor, but some of it's just light pollution lighting me up. Sadly, which again shows how bad my skies are. If I can take a fairly sensitive camera and actually video myself at night. Anyway, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, part of it is like I'll set up stuff and then I go upstairs and then I realize there's some to get ready for a live stream, and then I realize there's something wrong and I come downstairs, try to fix it up, then I go upstairs. Like there's been a few times like in the middle of a stream I'll have to come down here and do something because where I usually the room I'm usually in is on the second floor, and so since the weather's actually nice for me, I figured I'd been meaning to try this for a while, but I finally got it together because it's a different camera that I'm using down here. Yeah, it's the Pac-Man. It's yeah, it's turning out nice, very nice. And this is with the Newtonian, almost 40 minutes. Cool. Let me check on. Zoom in here. Yeah, I need so many things I need to do. I need to revisit ESC again because this is the default gain for the S30 200, but I should have. If I went to the location using ESC, I could set the gain to a higher value. I need to do that. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so far I'm quite happy with it. I mean, I would have considered getting another APS-C camera, different. I mean, you have an ASI Air, so you'd want to get the CWO. But that was something I was debating. Do I go with that or another one? But the deal was, oh, nice, Pleiades. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't know what I would upgrade beyond this. I mean, if they came up with like an APS-C sensor later generation, maybe. I mean, because these are, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that said, I'm pretty happy with. Pretty happy with that. Let me find another target for this. Try not to completely jump around between targets, but it's a nice, very rich red from that narrow band. Let's see, what would be a good one? Air or duo? Yeah, I mean, I got the non-duo. I just got the plain 2600 because of the guide chip might be a problem. But yeah, for you, I mean, it's like you have an Air, but on the other hand, the Air, like the price like it would be one less thing to have to set up. It could make for a very nice portable setup. C44. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, hello Dallas. Welcome. Yeah, it's yeah, so this is the Pac-Man Nebula with the Newtonian. And I'm also imaging M33 Triangulum Galaxy, but I just got started with that. That's what I was going to try. I was going to do the heart. I was going to do the heart next. Thank you. I forgot about that. Elephant trunk, I think, is about to go behind a build. Where is the heart? Yeah. Yeah. And where was... I think the elephant trunk was... Yeah, it's behind a building, unfortunately, elephant trunk. But the Heart Nebula, that was the thing I was going to image next because it's a fairly big target and the sensor would cover a lot more of it. And it's got a lot of hydrogen, so I figured that would be a good one to try next. So let me... yeah, so the Newt is yeah, it's 8-inch f4. It's a Skywatcher Quattro. So it's the 200p or the 8-inch, depending on... Yeah, it's the Quattro. Yeah. I am so paranoid about raccoons now. I just heard something. Newt. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Although I don't know. It's... Let me look how big these stacks are. I haven't actually looked because I just did a test calibration run or whatever yesterday, and this is the first real imaging session. Which one are we imaging? Pac-Man. They're just at 50 meg each sub. Yeah, this is... Drizzling would be could be a problem. Oh. The stacked fit file is 152 meg. Oh boy. I should upload it, yeah. Made the cursor huge. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, 150. I'm in big trouble. Oh boy. I think that was also another reason why I wasn't like in a hurry to upgrade, because I'm like, the image size is going to be 150 small. Yeah, I don't know. Imagine drizzling that. That would be brutal. Yeah. Yeah, I need to Yeah, sure, why not? That's true. They make 16 terabytes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And plus, yeah, it's like 25 megapixel. Like, do I really need 100 megapixel? Oh, there's the raccoon again. It's running across. Hey, no, I see you. I don't need you jumping down here and stirring up trouble. Why don't you go eat some Halloween candy? It went on. Not having a conversation with a local raccoon. Yeah. Yikes. 0.4 gigabytes. Yeah, so I'm gonna go switch to the Heart Nebula, which is IC 1805. And the raccoon has been busy just going back and forth. Again, probably eating candy, Halloween candy. Actually, before I go, let me see what guiding's like. Guiding's not too bad, considering I didn't polar align it. Heart Nebula, so let's see what this looks like. Cool. While that's thinking about it, it's starting to come together. Now, it is the lower surface brightness is definitely, it's definitely struggling a bit more with that. It's hard on candy. It probably is. That's what I'm concerned about. It might do something crazy. Halloween was fun. Nice. Sugar rush. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's trying to burn off the calories. Oh, scare mare. Cool. Pac-Man and live stream. Let me check. Oh, nice. So an SHO palette. I do like. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but sometimes it feels, this palette feels like I almost, maybe it's a cognitive thing with blue or something. I feel like this is further away, like the blue sky, like this is the foreground and then the blue is the background. I don't know. For me, it's one of the things I do like about the SHO palettes is I feel like it's got some depth, or more apparent depth. Okay, we are. I keep seeing out of the corner of my eye. Again, nervous wreck. Okay. Let's start this and we'll see how it goes. Reset this. Reset this. Check the guiding. Oh, maybe not. Let me stop this. Yeah, let's stop this and I don't know what happened with the guiding. Everything seems okay. It just kind of went. It's not the raccoon. Can't blame the raccoon for the guiding. Let me, well, I could, but. Okay, so let's go rerun the calibration. Okay. So I'll leave that running while that's running. Go back here. Creepypasta. Oh boy. The raccoon's gonna bring back the kids to the star party. Hopefully not. I don't need a family of raccoons showing up. Yeah, it did. The guiding just, I don't know what happened, because it's not like pointing to a drastically different area in the sky. I mean, it's all kind of towards the north. Yeah, towards the north. And it's not looking at the trees. It's not like windy. SH2. It looks like deeper. Yeah, SH2 188. SH2 188. Oh, yeah, that's the Shrimp Nebula. Yeah, I'll try that at some point. Once the scope still calibrate. It's guiding. Let's see what. Oh, it's guiding. It was poor. Calibration was poor. It's weird. Yeah, maybe it's okay now. All right, so let's start stacking. No, I don't want to back. All right. This was the distracted by raccoon stream. I'm just waiting for the first frame to come in. And then I will switch back to, or I'll check out the triangular. Okay. Oh. See, it was still going through the calibration, so I'm gonna clear that image out because it was doing the PhD2 calibration, so let's go back to this. Shrimp Nebula. Yeah, it is cool. It's a smaller target. I need to definitely image. Yeah, better now. Yeah, definitely. The guiding's a lot better. But the S30 just trucking along there. Yeah, I mean, at one point I was thinking I'd get the S30 Pro, and then I kind of talked myself out of it. But when I think about how little fuss it is to set up the S30, I don't know. Time will tell. Yeah, I'm like I say, I might. Is it going to be clear at Starfront tomorrow? It's still relatively early. It it's weird getting used to the, or I'm still getting used to the sun setting earlier and being able to stream for a few hours before midnight. It's kind of nice. Okay, so let me try this. I went to a white page on the white web page. That's why my face lit up. Okay, so it looks like Starfront is going to be probably a no-go tomorrow. There's some clouds starting to roll in this evening, and it looks like it might clear towards sunset tomorrow, but there's also, it might not be fully clear. So if it isn't, then and here, yeah, here it's going to be completely cloudy. So that looks like a no-go. Sunday night's looking good here and at Starfront. Yeah, so I might do a Sunday stream, Sunday evening stream. And then it actually looks like at Starfront, it might be clear most days after Saturday for like maybe for several days, it looks like. And same here. I think it's another front coming through. Yeah. Too bad that's not during the day. I see here it's claiming the transparency and seeing will be above average transparency and excellent seeing, but it's during the day, which doesn't help for this. But it does look like Sunday night will be above average here. And actually, if I could leave some stuff running overnight, it looks like after the moon's down, that seeing and transparency might be, like, transparency might be excellent here, like 2 or 3 in the morning, Monday morning. Maybe I'll actually do what I generally don't do and leave the telescope out overnight and try to take advantage of that. We will see. Yeah, cats are funny. Yeah. Yeah. I need to the nice thing about doing the weird object stream or a weird object stream is between here, like here in Starfront, like there's some objects I would be able to image from Starfront that I normally couldn't here or not easily. So it would open up some weird objects. And I know there's some southern objects that have weird names. So that would be cool. That would be cool to do again. Okay, so we are actually about to have a second frame here. Okay. Oh, wow. Let me. Yeah, I can see the heart. And see, this is again where the reducer, I'd be able to image the whole heart more easily, or I could easily image the entire heart. Fabulous. Just zooming in on kind of the heart of the heart. Yeah. Yeah, see, that was the that was the thing, I think, that really pushed me to over the edge for getting this camera is, well, like Quake got one and Jeff got one. And then when I started looking at it with my scope, I was like, I like the field of view of the scope with the 585, but with this, it's just yeah, it's a nice wide field. And with the reducer, it would be even wider. And honestly, the gradient's doing pretty well, or lack of gradient. I have a 75 millimeter. Oh, I had jump scares, sorry. That's true, 3i Atlas. That would definitely be a weird object. We could image the mothership. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true. They might not they might not care for being called weird. Can the S30 get the heart? Yeah, it should. Maybe I'll switch to the heart on the S30 actually. To be honest, this isn't for the Seestar. This isn't too bad for the what do you call it, for the triangulum. But let me switch to the heart. Because that has an even larger field of view. Okay. I say that, but it's not like, it's actually kind of comparable in some ways. All right. So that is going to be switching targets. And while it's switching, we'll go back to this. Is this zoomed in? Cat was watching. That's funny. Hello, bananas. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Let's see where this is. So I'm going to be, I don't always image the same target with two scopes, but I think it's it would be good to try that out. Let me see. Is it stacked? Oh, forgot. Starting to stack. All right, this is just getting started. Just let this go. C44. Yeah. Which one is? Did I totally drop the ball on that one? Oh, propeller galaxy. NGC 7479. That's cool. Problem is, it's kind of a small target for what I have out right now. It looks interesting. And also, I have the wrong filter. That's probably the bigger issue. So is this a nebula? Yes. The thing I am imaging right now is the Heart Nebula. So it's kind of hard to tell, but like this goes like this, and then it's kind of it is too big for the field of view. But yeah, it's the Heart Nebula. Oh, nice. That's cool. I cannot see the Milky Way here. I can see a few more stars than usual, but yeah, it's pretty small. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I think it's just a 2-inch focuser I have. And I did actually take flats today. I took several flats, several series of flats, and based on what I'm seeing here, I guess I got a good flat. Like it's not terribly vignetting, but that might also be a factor that I'm using flats. Barred spiral, 105 million light years away. Wow. And yet, yeah, so it must not be too. I mean, it's a callable object, and Herschel discovered it. So, I mean, it is. Yeah, should be doable. Let's go look at. So, what are we up to here? We are up to 15 minutes. Just trying to restretch it. Yeah, it's some objects. It looks a little bit better with a 2 stretching factor. Let me brighten that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So let's see this. Okay. Sometimes the loading stalls, so I don't know if that's what is happening or what. Yeah. I might have to restart the web interface. May go back to here. Guiding's not too bad. All right, so let me go restart that. It's a Seaford galaxy. Nice. Starburst activity. Across the bar. That's cool. Oh no, that's good information. Can I see the northern Trifid? Let me check. Yeah, no, that was all good information about that galaxy. It is just rising. It is just rising. So, I mean, from behind a building. So it might be something I can try in a bit when it's a little higher. Let me restart this. Just restarting that so I can see the Seestar. Speaking of which, I need to check my email to see if they have done anything with my Seestar at Starfront. Okay. I'll let this go for a while. I mean, it's just got 5 minutes on it, so it's the heart of the heart. Isn't it going to? Is it going to look at? Try on a blank here. Oh. Okay. What was I gonna? Oh, I was going to check my telescope at Starfront. Or I was going to check my email to see if they updated. Sorry, white screen. That is obnoxious. That is really, really obnoxious. Nope. I don't see any updates. All right, let me let's go there. Let's see, just let's see. It's something else. So there was open source software where people reverse kind of figured out the way the app talks to the Seestar itself. And so that was the original one, but the one that I'm showing is one that I have that I wrote, but it's still kind of in alpha beta status. So it's it has some problems right now, but I need to go back and work on it some more to fix some of the residual bugs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that I think some of the older ones had a different focuser, but yeah, the focuser isn't too bad. The biggest issue I've had with it is light leaks. But I was able to fix this with gaffer tape, so it wasn't a huge deal. Yeah, let me switch to only 20 minutes. I actually have a red light here to check into the bushes for raccoons. Like paranoid. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean the raccoons aren't out to get me. But yeah, the link I posted was for the old app. The new one is. I'm hesitant to post the link because it's a pretty rough experience when things don't work. But I need to. I haven't worked on it in a few weeks, so I have some bugs I need to fix. Actually, let me check here something about. even realize. I want to check to see how much longer I can even image it before. Actually, for quite a while. For quite a while. Yeah, and yeah, with the bad light pollution, I'm pretty darn happy with that. Pretty darn happy. Some of that. I do wonder how some of this would work with a little sharpening, you know. Oops. Yeah, another one I would like to image is the is like the Veil Nebula, but it's I think it's already kind of in a hard to image location by the time it gets dark here. Yeah, it's very vibrant. I mean, it's a dual narrowband, so it's imaging like a lot of the red. I mean, it's imaging red, and so it shows pretty. The horse head is not. Has it even risen yet? I know it's like an early morning. Technically, the Horsehead Nebula has risen, but it's really close to the horizon, and it's behind a building anyway here. For me, it's not until like 2:30 in the morning that it's actually behind, not behind a building, but it's already risen at about 11 p.m. So, but you know, in a few weeks, it'll be, you know, above the buildings before midnight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm quite happy. So I'm almost shocked that it's that I'm getting this. And I don't know, is it the bigger pixel size? I don't know. I mean, the Newtonian images things pretty quickly, but yeah. But yeah, given that the moon is past the first quarter, it's definitely pleased. Yeah, I can't even imagine how good that would be. But I'm telling myself I'm not going to get the 3 nanometer until I get either just a normal coma corrector or the Nexus. So yeah, but if it's cleaner, it would be worth it. And given how, like when I imaged, what was the first thing I imaged? Like I was surprised that the first 3-minute frame was as bright as it was. So I have a feeling the 3 nanometer will still be good. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know I definitely want the coma corrector, a coma corrector. And since I'm planning on getting both, the coma corrector and a coma corrector reducer, part of me is tempted to just get the coma corrector first, like the plain one. Yeah. Just to kind of clean up the star shapes towards the edge. At least that's my kind of current thinking. on it. And I might be able to get a similar deal of like not having to, of being able to spread it out over a few months. But I need to look at that again. What else did I need to get? I need to get a... One thing that is well, I guess I have 2 CWO cameras on here now, and the player one, but the player one's also red, so there's a lot of red on the front of the scope now. That's true. That's true. When he buys in bulk from China and resells. What was I going to? Oh. It would be another good target. One thing I did notice is there are limits to this setup as far as, I mean, it's like with the reducer, I'd be able to get the whole Heart Nebula, but I had looked at what would the California Nebula be like with this camera, and it's still enormous. I guess with that ASCAR I could get all of it. Yeah, part of me is tempted to just do one more target because I'm getting a little cold out here, and I can't disconnect without bringing the stream down. But it probably won't be for half an hour or more. Yeah, sharp stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the gradient isn't. It's I mean, not too upset by this gradient, especially given the direction it's pointing, where there is a pretty, you can almost see it like with your eye, like it's almost white towards the horizon or lower down, like it's visibly bad light pollution. And I think it might be a highway that's not too far from here. But yeah. How much time do we have? 33 minutes. I think I might switch to the Northern Trifid. I could probably do this for a lot longer, but maybe I'll work on this another night. Let me just crank up the brightness to try to see. So yeah, and then there's like nebulosity down here and in here. So yeah, I think if I did like a full hour on this, it would be pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It was too cold an hour and a half ago. Lion Nebula, let me see. Why? And it's behind a building, unfortunately. But let me see. Yeah, if I imaged it early, I could start imaging it, or I could image it. I'm going to add that to my next time list. So the North American Nebula and Lion Nebula. Yeah, the first thing I did was Cave. I just remembered. Is it really red? Yeah, it's basically filtering out all the it's only letting through red and like a blue frequency, but it's definitely a red. I mean, I'm not cold yet. I'm just heading that direction. Not quite. All right, so let's switch to, was I going to do the Northern Trifid? Okay. Well, first off, let me see how high the Northern Trifid is. It's kind of low. The gradient would be even worse. So let me make note of that. Or I'll just keep this going for a bit longer. Maybe I'll just do that. Yeah, because just looking around the sky and stellarium, and nothing's jumping out at me that's not super low. I mean, the Pleiades are theoretically up from behind a building, but this might not be the best filter for it. Yeah, so I think I'll just stay on this target for a little longer. Yeah, I know. It's, well, and so that's why I was kind of, I don't know, figuring out how I might mix and match things where, if I ran the refractor with this camera, it would be even wider of field. Now it's not as big of an aperture, but like I could do that sometimes, and then other times have like the smaller sensor 585 on the Newtonian to image smaller things like galaxies. Yeah, I think so. I was looking at one of those sampling calculators, and both the 585 and the 2600 were very well sampled, or I think they were well sampled. Now the one that was really off was the 585 sensor on the Cassegrain. I have the not the Schmidt Cassegrain, not a Schmidt Cassegrain, but just classic Cassegrain, and it was like it said extremely oversampled. I'm like, So maybe next time. I mean, for planets it's okay, but next time I bring it out for other objects, maybe I'll bin things to try to compensate for that. Maybe this camera bin would be nice, because even if I did 3x3 bin, it would still be almost 3 megapixel, which isn't terrible. And a 2x2 bin would be like 6 megapixels. So yeah, I need to think about that. And maybe on one of the nights when the transparent, like when the moon's not up and the transparency is good, I might try that out. Try that out on the Cassegrain. Because yeah, that might. Because I'd been trying to maximize the resolution, but that also made plate solving really hard. So maybe with binning, I'd be in better shape. But yeah, this setup is good as is. I think I finished that drink. I'm looking at the chat, not actually looking at my image. So this is the, you can see the heart shape here. I think I want to image this again another night with the S30 and try to let it run for at least an hour or more. Just to, this one, I try re-stretching that. 40 minutes, 42 minutes after this next sub. Yeah, before I get too chilled, sleepy. Good night. Good night, Machida. Welcome. Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, I bet with, yeah, I bet you'll get some great results with that. But yeah, I'm starting to feel a little cool. Not quite cold, but I should probably call it a night. Next time, I might not. It looks like tomorrow and Sunday, or tomorrow here and at Starfront won't be great. So maybe I'll do another live stream Sunday. And then it looks like several days next week will be good. So, yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Because we're going to be falling back Saturday night. I might actually start the live stream around 7 p.m. US Central, because yeah, and then I can do 4 hours before easily do 4 hours before midnight, so that'll be good. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I need to go check to see if any carnage has been unleashed by the raccoon out front, because I think there may have been some Halloween candy left out there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the hopefully not. Hopefully there won't be any raccoon fighting, or me fighting a raccoon. That would make for a interesting end to an evening. But yeah, keep an eye out for the next video, and I think I will leave it at that. I'm gonna break everything down and go inside. Because right now, what is the wind chill here? Yeah, it's in the 50s, and the wind chill is probably 50. Rocket raccoon. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, or my alter ego, the horseman. Horse versus raccoon. All right. Good night. Good night, Aiden. Good night, Cubits. Thanks everybody for joining, and thanks to for Stephen Fox for sharing the sun stream, and yeah, thanks thanks Stephen, and thanks Otto, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your evening. Thanks.